Hello, sweet souls, and welcome to the We Are the Medicine podcast. I am your host, Dania Anastasia. I am a spiritual being having a human experience as a planter of seeds, alternative medicine practitioner, and trail guide on the path of life. We Are the Medicine is an exploration of the human experience through our stories. Our stories heal, our stories are our medicine, our experiences are our medicine. This is how we learn, grow, inspire, expand, and connect. My hope is that you will listen for inspiration and deeper understanding of how your individual life plays a role in that of the collective. I also hope to engage you, the listener, in conversations around your own dinner tables, in cafes and boardrooms, so that we may all begin to hold space for one another. Welcome to the show. Hello, good morning again, everybody. Well, afternoon. I am so excited for our third day of this Tuning Your Receiver Challenge. I'm so grateful and so honored that you've taken this few days journey with me to kind of get a little deeper into your inner landscape. And so we're going to take a moment and settle ourselves. Wherever you are, wiggle yourself down to comfort and feel the support of whatever's holding you in this moment. And close your eyes if you're not driving. And take a long, deep, steady inhale. And then release it fully. Go ahead and do that a couple more times. A lot of beautiful things come when we settle our breath, when we tune into our body to receive that life-giving, life-supporting prana, which is the energy, the life force that you bring into your body every moment of every day, often without even realizing it. And we're not going to recap the first and second day because there's just too much. And we have a lot of ground to cover today. And so going back to the 21 steps I had started with on day 2, we're going to continue that. Ironically enough, the one that we ended on was the breath and breathing. So when you find yourself in any uncomfortable situation, first and foremost, be grateful for it. Be grateful that whatever is in front of you in that moment is a glorious, glorious chance to start interrupting your own patterns, interrupting your conditioning and your typical reactions. And so by taking a few deep breaths, my mom always said count to 10 or go run around the house 12 times. When we settle our breath, we calm the nervous system and we allow our ability to respond, which is technically the definition of responsibility. We allow our ability to respond to come forth. And that is a beautiful, beautiful segue into moving through the uncomfortable parts, the uncomfortable aspects of what's happening for us in that moment.
Everything is valid. All of your insecurities, all of your fears and doubts and worries and anxieties, they're all valid. And they're valid because they're lessons for us. They're lessons that if something hadn't have triggered you, if something hadn't have made you uncomfortable, there'd be no reason to expand. There's no reason to evolve and change and grow. We thrive in adversity because we're built for adversity, because we are built for change. It is the one universal truth over everything else. So let that sink in for just a minute and maybe call to mind a situation or an event or an interaction that you weren't very happy with the way that it went, and be gentle with yourself. Forgive yourself for not showing up, excuse me, as the full version of yourself, because you've just forgotten. And that's part of this challenge. It's biggest part of my Inner Landscape program, is really fully remembering and then embodying the being that is within us, that is capable of so much in this life. And so we're going to continue on. My number 12, 11 was breathe. 12 is we must challenge our own stories, our own beliefs, our own conditionings, our own patterns, and our own triggers, and literally rewrite them. They're never going to go away completely. These aspects of ourself have been around for a very long time. They've been very purposeful. They've kept us alive into this moment that we're in right now, but we're ready for more. Aren't you ready for more? Aren't you ready to thrive in your life, in every level of your life? If I hadn't have gone through a process similar to this myself, I would never have given it much credence. But if I can do it, if I can dig deep in every aspect, if I can dig deep within myself, if I can dig deep within my bank account, if I can dig deep in the desire for a abundant, amazing, satisfactory, and peaceful life, I wouldn't be here right now. And the fact that I'm with you right now, the fact that I'm actually just doing something that 2 years ago I never would have had the confidence to do, speaks volumes for the capacities that we have to step into our truth, to step into the most magnificent human being that you can ever be. Number 13 we have is witness how you're feeling and what your dominant go-to feeling is on a day-to-day basis. So this kind of reflects back to the very first thing of when you first open your eyes in the morning. What is your very first conscious thought? How are you directing? How are you tuning that receiver within you? And when you witness it, you can detach from it and no longer be a victim of that feeling, of that story. You know, the stories that you have, the conditionings that we have, the beliefs that we have, you didn't get them from licking them off the grass. You didn't get them overnight. These are things that have been building for a lifetime. but it is with your determination and your confidence and your courage to know that, yes, I can overcome this. Yes, I can rewrite this. Yes, I am worthy of a better feeling story. So, number 14, do, speak, act, and dream while you're in the receiving mode. The receiving mode is such a beautiful, lovely, free flowing river that is constantly moving through us, constantly attempting to move through us. Our capability, our capacity to receive is equal to that of the greatness that we can become. When someone pays you a compliment, how do you receive it? Do you kind of make it feel small and be like, oh, someone says you've got really beautiful hair today, or your eyes are beautiful. You're like, yeah, I just, I just put it up, or, you make an excuse as to why you are resisting their compliment. Stop resisting. Just stop it. And just say, thank you. Thank you. And leave it at that. There is no need to explain. There is no need to go back into those stories as to why is this person paying me a compliment? There must be some ulterior motive. There must be something deeper than them just being kind. Accept it. Receive it fully. And when you have a dream, when you have a goal, when you have an aspiration, it will come so much faster if you allow yourself to be in the receiving mode, which is being out of resistance. This is a few things as to what resistance sounds like in our heads or when we speak. So the resistance might sound like it shouldn't be this way. But your radical allowing, your radical acceptance and receiving might sound like, I choose to accept this present moment exactly as it is. Another phrase for resistance is, I can't understand why this happened. And a radical acceptance response would be, this is simply how things happen. I wish I could go back and change the past. A better feeling radical acceptance thought would be, I can't change what's already happened. I don't want to feel this way, might be another thing. And the act of allowing, the act of receiving will respond like, when I fight my feelings, I only fuel them to grow larger. That which you focus your attention on will expand. And if that's the case, oh my gosh, what else could be possible? There was a exercise that I learned a while ago about allowing things into your life and playing with this whole game of law of attraction and manifestation. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to practice this for about 2 weeks. This is really important, so take notes if you can. I want you to think of something that has absolutely zero meaning for you. Like if you saw it, or if you, it wouldn't create any reaction whatsoever. The example that was given in the initial hearing of this exercise was a bowling ball. I don't really care much about bowling balls, never have. They're okay. Another option might be a flute, or something that really just doesn't have any consequence in your reality at the moment. And at the same time, every single day, I encourage you, set yourself a little timer on your phone that just says whatever the word is that you want to focus your attention on. And we're going to focus our attention on that thing, on that word, for 5 minutes. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit and close your eyes, and you're going to only have thoughts of that thing. So say if it's a flute, you're going to, this is what I had thought of to focus my attention on, because I just wanted to play with the universe and see if this thing called manifestation really works, and positive affirmation and positive attention. So what I did was think of a flute. In my head, I visualized how the flute would be made, the color of the flute, how long the flute was, who was playing the flute. And what kept conjuring up in my mind was the Native American flute music that I currently, sometimes play in my practice when I'm working with people. And I just reviewed and got deeper and deeper and deeper about this flute. I did this, I started it, and 2 days in, I kid you not, I was watching a show, which I never watch TV shows or mainstream anything, but I found this show that I found interesting. So I started watching it. And in the second episode, this gentleman's son was a flutist. And it was amazing because I screamed at the top of my lungs. And then every day for the next week, when I would do this, I would see an advertisement for a flute. I would hear flute music. They just kept popping up into my reality. So this is a fun exercise just to play with and see what shows up for you. And I'd love to hear your responses. So you can comment below in the comment section, or connect with me somehow and let me know how that works for you. Number 15, have more experiences that are uncomfortable. I know you don't want to hear that, but I'll be honest, it's the only way we get to move through all those survival mechanisms, wading through the mud and the muck and all the stickiness and the uncomfortability. It's uncomfortable. We don't want to be uncomfortable. But if you're choosing comfort because you don't want anything new and different to happen in your life, okay, that's your path. I honor that. But you're here and you're listening to me, so I have an indication that some part of you would like to expand. Some part of you would like to grow and heal. So welcome in the uncomfortable moments. Welcome in everything that is going to test your soul. And just watch how it literally will transform every single moment of every single day of your precious life. Number 16, make fun and joy a core value of yours. Why not? We don't have to be serious and, so hardwired for those labels of success and accomplishments. Not like we've been taught to, anyway. Everything can be fun. Everything can be joyful. You just get to choose. I remember a few months ago, I had asked a question on social media, you know, what does everybody do for fun? Like, because I know for myself and my experience, I didn't really have a whole lot of fun just for fun as a child. There was always an agenda. There was always an ulterior motive for it. There was always um, a prize to be won at the end, right? What if you just did something for fun with zero expectations of how it's going to come out? Just do it and just keep doing it for fun. Fun and joy are our birthrights, and we have forgotten what we are and why we're here. This is key to allowing every situation that comes at you to be met through the eyes of a child. Accept it. Let's just have fun with it. Let's just see what God, what the universe is got up its sleeve for us today. Because you know the saying, you want to make the universe laugh, you want to make God laugh at you, tell it your plans. The fastest way to make it laugh. 17 is be gentle with yourself. You are going to have roller coaster moments. You are going to have those deep, deep lows and those super highs. And eventually you're going to come to a slow wave. You know, life is not linear. Life does not happen like this. Life does this. It doesn't have to do this. But this is riding the wave of the upward spiral, just going with the flow, allowing things to move through you as opposed to hitting you, meeting with resistance, and just needing it to be different, needing it to change. It'll change. Just allow it. Welcome in everything. And most importantly, when you find yourself in a low space, when you find yourself ready to give up, when you find yourself overwhelmed and anxious and fearful, that's just your inner child, your inner knowing. That things have to shift. And so being gentle with yourself and going within and finding out what it is that you truly need in that moment. Maybe you need to just breathe. Maybe you need to walk away. Maybe you need to go get a drink of water. Maybe you need to go take a walk. Maybe you need to take a nap. You give yourself permission to be gentle with yourself. Every time. When this happens, number 18, you build, tap into, and trust your intuition. Your intuition is your North Star. That's the thing that directs you, that kind of shifts you 2 degrees into the direction, into the destination that you want to be in. Your intuition is your direct connection to Source and to God. It always, always wants the best for you. And so when you're confronted with something that's uncomfortable, ask yourself, ask God, ask your higher power, what is it that you need me to know right now? And then have the allowance, the awareness to be still enough to hear its response. I think you'll be amazed. Number 19 is determining your core values. What is it that you value in your life? What are the top 5 things that you find the most valuable in your life? The things that are worth dying for, the things that are worth fighting for. As we grow up, as we experience life, our core values change. And so it's a good time to reconnect with those every few years or so to make sure that they're still what resonate with you. Your core values might not be mine. And that's perfect because they're yours. So, for an example, one of mine is freedom. I want freedom, body autonomy freedom. I want financial freedom. I want freedom from my time, from the construct that has been the illusionary driving force in all of our activities since day one. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And by the way, I'm doing that right now. I'm manifesting all of the ways I want to be free. I want to be free to choose what feels best for me. And you have that power. So sit with it for a little while. Come back to it, put it down, think about it, let it ruminate, come back. And so you can have hierarchy. You can have 5 main ones and you can have subcategories of each one of them too. Number 20 is determine what you will not tolerate anymore. From yourself, from others, from your subconscious. All of those thoughts that we had written down in the first challenge, which you're probably going to continue doing because you're going to continue having thoughts. This is where our boundaries come into play too. What are you willing to tolerate? What are you not willing to tolerate anymore? Whether it's the way someone speaks to you, whether it's the types of clothes that you wear, are they too tight? Are they just not, you anymore? I'm not tolerating this gastrointestinal issue that I have. I'm not tolerating the fact that I have to be on 6 medications. I'm not tolerating the belief structures that have been put in place for me. I'm not tolerating behaviors that are less than higher vibration. I'm not tolerating my own resistance to what is, my own resistance to my own joy, peace, and love in my life. What are you tolerating that just doesn't make you feel good? I guess there's more than 21. I actually have 24 on my list here. So 21, be love, be love, be love, be love. Doesn't matter what the question is, doesn't matter what the situation is. You can always come from a place of love deep within your being for anything, for everyone. Just be love. Practice being love. 22 is one of my favorites. We have to cease all complaining, all comparing, and all caring what others think of you. It's none of your business. It doesn't matter one iota. Complaining creates more situations to complain about. So stop it right now. When you find yourself coming out with a phrase that starts to sound like you're complaining, well, she did, stop. Take responsibility. Just stop. Comparing ourselves to others is completely futile. Why would you do that? Because we've been conditioned to do that. Because that's what's normal. Because that's what feels comfortable. If I'm not comparing myself to others, how do I know that I'm doing the right thing? If I'm not comparing myself to others, how do I know if I'm going to win? If I'm not comparing myself to others, how do I know that what I'm doing is the right thing? You know by the way you feel. Comparing yourself to others is so futile. It will get you absolutely nowhere but deeper in misery and shame and guilt and all of those things that eventually create dis-ease in the body. So that's another one. Stop it. Stop comparing. You got to catch yourself first, though, and then you can stop it. Caring what others think of you. There could be a whole course just on this. Nothing anyone does is because of you. Even though your perception of it may give you the feeling that it does, it doesn't. Nothing anyone does. And honestly, no one's thinking about you the way that you're thinking about you. We all have different realities. They're seeing you through their filter of what their experiences are. They're seeing you through the filter of their own life. So why would you even consider caring what other people think? There are 8 billion people on the planet. Some of them are going to love you. Some of them are going to hate you. Some of them aren't going to understand you. A lot of them won't understand you. Most of them won't understand you. Who cares? Go be you. And don't give a, flying monkey about what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter. Even if it's your spouse, even if it's your children, if it's your mother, it does not matter what they think of you. It only matters what you think of you. They don't have to live in your head. They don't have to live in your body. They don't get to see the world the way you do. This is one of the most ultimate pieces of freedom you could ever hope for. Stop caring what other people think of you, because they're not thinking of you. "23, it's a line from a song. I forget who says it, but decide what to be and go be it. Just go be it. Wholeheartedly, every ounce of every fiber of your being. Just decide what to be and go be it. Do I want to be a loving, compassionate, empathetic creator of my own life? Or do I want to be a victim and a complainer and worried all the time what everybody else says? Do you feel the difference even when you hear that? It just feels heavy and it feels light. If it feels heavy, choose light. If it feels heavy, choose light. It's an Ayurvedic tenet. Like increases like. The more you complain, the more you're going to get to complain about. The more you love, the more you're going to get to love about. The more grateful you are, the more you're going to have to be grateful for. It's a simple law. It's a simple law of the universe. So decide what to be and go be it. Right now. Go. 24. Always, always, always be where your feet are. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't even matter what happened this morning. Where are you right now? Where are your feet? Are they in uncomfortable shoes? Take them off. Are you sitting in an uncomfortable chair? Get up. Are you living in an uncomfortable life situation? Get out. but be where your feet are. Make a choice and go with it. Choose from your highest and best good always. You're going to fuck up sometimes. You're going to make the wrong choice. It's just another chance for learning, just another chance for growing and expansion, which is ultimately what we do anyway. Be where your feet are in every moment, because in every little moment, everything is fine. All is well. You have everything you need. You are safe. You are flowing with life. You are confident. You are worthy. You are loved. You communicate beautifully. You know your own truth. And you understand that you're connected to something much, much greater than just this physical meat suit that we carry around. Be where your feet are at all times. Whether you're in an office meeting, whether you're at home watching the television, whether you're on the phone with a friend, whether you're having dinner, whether you're taking a walk, whether you're sitting in nature, just be there. Do not allow yourself to go back there. You're not going that way anyway. Don't allow the past and your stories and your conditioning to run this moment. When you can be fully present in every single moment, it's like Christmas. It's like getting a new gift. Like, I don't know how many minutes there are in a day. Maybe someone can figure it out and type it down below, but every single minute of every single day, much like every day, every morning is a new chance. Every single moment is a chance to start again. Oops, I forgot. Oops, I fucked up. Oops, oops, oops. You may say oops 1,000 times a day. Be gentle with yourself. Allow that to happen. Stop resisting it. I would really love to know what your thoughts are on this exploration of tuning a receiver. Oh, and one of the things too, there's some very applicable ways that we can raise our vibration. I'm sure this is probably what a lot of you have been waiting for instead of hearing me babble for the last 3 days. But I've enjoyed being here, so I'm going to read this off real quick. There are very specific ways to raise your vibration, and then there are very specific things that will lower your vibration. So we're going to start with the things that lower your vibration. Eating junk food, drinking hard alcohol, toxic relationships, negative thoughts, environmental toxins, toxic products, excess red meat, white sugar, pharmaceutical medications, radiation, yelling, arguing, holding on to the past, anger, resentment, guilt, shame, fear, all of those things lower your vibration. If I had a magic wand, I would wave it and never allow any of us to have to go through any of those again. But those are the things that lead us into making a better choice of what raises our vibration. So, raising your vibration. Here we go. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. Kindness. I watched a short video this morning of Dr. Wayne Dyer, who passed away a few years ago, but he was one of the most influential spiritual teachers of our time. And he talks about being kind. And he said, when you're kind to someone, even if it's to hand a quarter or help out a homeless person or a stranger in the street, or someone you love. Being kind releases the feel-good hormones of serotonin and oxytocin in the body and in the brain, and we automatically feel better. And you know what's even more amazing and magical? Is that if someone witnesses you being kind, they also get a hit of serotonin and oxytocin in the body. They're being where their feet are in that moment, allowing, just allowing. So be kind on purpose as often as you can. Love, joy, and passion. Raising your vibration is in forgiveness. It's in acceptance. It's in the sunshine. It's walking in nature. It's breathing deeply. Exercise, movement, moving the body, yoga specifically. Laughing. Laughing raises your vibration. Why aren't we all laughing? Smiling. Here's a little exercise for you too. Smiling creates this incredible endorphin rush in the body. And so here's another little 5-minute challenge. Set a timer, or 1-minute challenge. It's a 1-minute challenge. And I want you just to smile. Wherever you are, just grin and smile for 1 minute. Just hold that smile. It's going to feel so awkward and so weird and so uncomfortable, but it changes every fiber of your being. Just smile. Just smile. Hugging, singing, dancing. These are all ways to raise your vibration. Grounding, earthing yourself. I don't care if you have a 2-inch by 2-inch square piece of grass outside, go stand on it. The frequency and vibration coming from Mother Earth is so underrated and so healing, as many of you know. So go be where your feet are and go put them in the dirt. Go put them in the grass. Just stand there. You don't have to move. Just stand and allow all that energy to rise up through the feet, in through the body. You could do that while you're smiling. The next few things raising your vibration are raw, whole foods, greens, fruits, and nuts, things that aren't processed, things that don't come from a factory, things that don't come in a box. You didn't come in a box. Why would you eat things that come in a box? Relaxing music helps to raise your vibration, calms the nervous system too. And your creativity. We're all creators. We're all creative beings. And by that, I don't mean we're all not all artists. We don't all, have that magic touch to make a beautiful watercolor or design a beautiful home. But we're all creators. We create our own reality. We get to co-create it with whatever you envision source God to be. Allow it to work through you. Allow yourself to receive the messages that it wants you to receive. Stop blocking it. Stop resisting it. And just let it flow. Let it come to you so that you can just be magnificent. And that brings us to the end of our 3-day challenge. I have given you a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to work on and practice. And I wanted to invite you into my Inner Landscape program. I'm so excited about it. It's a very specially curated program, 10 weeks long. You'll have access to me on a daily basis via email and audio voicemail. We will meet once a week together with other like-minded people to enhance our learning, enhance our growth, enhance our understanding and our perceptions of the world around us. We will be doing meditation. You will have access to an online portal that every week there will be different tasks to help you along your journey. I have videos and meditations and journal prompts and information about lifestyle choices and lifestyle considerations that you may need to change. I am so excited about this, and we start this September 1st. And it's an investment. I'm not going to lie. The monetary investment is there. I have carefully chosen the cost for this. In my own experience, the things that I have invested in that have made me really uncomfortable placing that credit card have been the things that have made all the difference in my whole existence. Now, the prices that I have, the investments that I have for you are much, much lower than most of my colleagues who are also in these types of programs. But it's still enough to make you feel uncomfortable. It's part of it. I also feel that the value of what you will receive long after the program itself is over is going to be well worth its weight in gold. If you're called to discuss this further with me, if you feel you're ready to jump in, both feet in, let's do this. Come with me. Come with me on this journey. Let's see what we can co-create together for you. If you are interested, please reach out. You can reach me via email at donniagd @gmail.com. And if you reach out within the next 48 hours, I will give you a $500 discount towards the cost of this program. But you have to step up. You have to step into the truth of who you are. You have to be really ready to just leave everything behind and come with me on this beautiful journey of investigation and discovery that will bring more love and more peace and more joy and more ease into your life. Thank you so much for being here with me. I wish you well. I wish you love. I wish you peace. I love you so much. It's crazy. Namaste, everybody.
And that wraps up another episode of We Are the Medicine podcast. Wanted to take a moment to thank you and to let you know that I am grateful and I appreciate you so much. I see you, I hear you, I do understand. If you feel called, subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment with it, and check out my website for future happenings, donniaanastasia.com. That's all for now. I love you so much. It's crazy.